U.S. halts weapons aid, a red alert for Ukraine?
The Pentagon has decided to temporarily halt the supply of key weapons to Ukraine, including Patriot air defense missiles, 155mm artillery shells, and missiles for F-16 fighter jets. This decision comes as US weapons stockpiles are gradually depleting after more than 2 years of emergency aid to Kyiv. But beyond the official explanation of prioritizing national security, many experts believe it could signal that the US is preparing to adjust its strategy. According to US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, pausing the aid is necessary to ensure that American armed forces maintain combat readiness on other fronts. He also noted that the US needs time to reassess its strategic reserves and accelerate the replenishment of ammunition production, which has lagged behind during the 2 years of high-intensity conflict in Ukraine. White House spokesperson Anna Kelly stated, "This decision is about putting the security interests of the American people first. The weapons Ukraine needs right now are the same capabilities our own military must maintain for global operations." However, this suspension comes at an extremely sensitive time. Russia has just launched its largest aerial assault since the start of the war, using hundreds of drones and missiles to strike major Ukrainian cities. Meanwhile, Ukraine's air defenses, which rely heavily on US and Western-supplied systems like the Patriot and NASAMS, are under intense strain, both in manpower and equipment. The list of weapons suspended from delivery not only includes defensive systems, but also long-range offensive arms, such as AGM-88 HARM anti-radar missiles, JDAM smart bombs, and AIM-120 AMRAAM air-to-air missiles, intended for the F-16 fighter jets Ukraine is about to deploy. This means that even if Kyiv receives F-16s from the Netherlands, Norway, and Denmark, these aircraft will not reach their full potential without precision-guided munitions. The F-16s may be able to take off, but they won't be able to effectively fight. America's defense industry is currently under severe strain. Although the Pentagon has invested billions of dollars to expand the production of 155mm artillery shells, Patriot missiles, and other tactical weapons, output still can't keep pace with the rate of consumption in the Ukraine conflict. Meanwhile, some major military powers have rapidly shifted to a wartime economy, with weapons production lines running around the clock and an almost unlimited labor supply. Observers believe the Trump administration is trying to create a pause to encourage peace talks between Ukraine and Russia after more than 3 years of fighting without any significant breakthroughs. Europe is attempting to fill the gap left by the US. Germany has announced plans to ramp up deliveries of Iris-T air defense systems, while France and the Netherlands have pledged additional artillery shells and drones. However, Europe's defense industrial capacity still falls far short of that of the US. These countries remain reliant on global supply chains and have yet to transition to a wartime production footing, like some other military powers. As for Ukraine, it is stepping up domestic production of ammunition and drones. But according to military experts, the scale and quality of its local manufacturing are still insufficient to replace the critical role of Western aid.
German media: Ukraine faces dire situation after US halts ammo supplies.
The US decision to halt weapons supplies to Ukraine could leave Kyiv in a critical situation in less than 2 months, Germany's Bild newspaper reported, citing military experts. According to Bild, without US support, the Ukrainian military will struggle to counter Russia on several key fronts, RT reported. US Ambassador to NATO Matthew Whitaker confirmed to Fox News that suspending arms shipments was part of Washington's America First policy. Whitaker said the US needed to prioritize maintaining its own strategic defense capabilities, especially by ensuring sufficient numbers of Patriot missiles. Several Western outlets, including Politico and NBC News, also reported that Patriot missiles are among the weapons that will no longer be sent to Ukraine. The list further includes Stinger air defense missiles, AIM air-to-air missiles, hundreds of Hellfire and GMLRS missiles, and thousands of 155mm artillery shells. According to the Trump administration, the suspension applies even to weapons shipments already staged in Poland, the key hub for transferring arms to Ukraine. Among the systems already in Poland that will now be withheld are over 20 Patriot PAC-3 missiles, more than 20 Stinger air defense systems, Hellfire surface-to-air missiles, and more than 90 AIM-120 AMRA AAM air-to-air missiles. According to Bild, the shortage of Patriot missiles will deliver a serious blow to Ukraine's air defense capabilities, as the Patriot is the only Western-supplied system capable of intercepting Russian ballistic missiles. In addition, the halt in AIM air-to-air missile deliveries could hamper Kyiv's ability to counter Russian drones, while a lack of GMRS rockets would render Ukraine's HIMARS launchers almost useless. US President Donald Trump has repeatedly questioned the necessity of prolonged aid to Ukraine. During his meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on the sidelines of the NATO summit in The Hague last week, Trump also did not make any concrete commitments. Moscow has repeatedly stated that Western arms shipments to Ukraine merely prolong the conflict without changing the ultimate outcome.